Hey everybody, it's Eddie Jerry on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. Hope you're having a good one. Was good, was good, was good. Yeah, the light's still red. Why is that, Mr. Johnson? Because the market's not all that right now, and there's a lot of turmoil. The new regime's trying to take over the Fed. There's just a lot going on. Firing Cook over allegations without due process would give him a 4-3 number on the court. The court would then have the ability to not vote in presidents next year. If it doesn't vote in presidents next year, the new regime could actually take over the Fed. Now, I want you to stop and think about the impact of that. No matter what party you're in, you really want the president of the United States to be in control over the Fed? That's insane. Good morning, Jay Shelton. And thank you for letting me know you invested in yourself today. That's a huge thing. So I'm sitting here and I'm wondering to myself, would that be a good thing? No, it would not be a good thing, right? Especially this president, in my humble opinion. He's bankrupted how many companies? He doesn't know how to run a business. In my humble opinion, he does not know how to run a business. His favorite thing is to live off of debt. And right now, our debt in the United States is booming. Okay? Booming. Just increased by another $1 trillion. That's a problem. We can't live off of debt. The dollar is already in decline. The Chinese yuan is already on the way up. There are some economists out there that say, people on the lower rung are already in a recession. That's a problem. And still, we have no plan to get rid of this debt. He wants to lower the interest rate by 300 basis points. Who does that help and who does that hurt? Who does it help and who does it hurt? That whole trickle-down theory? If trickle-down theory worked, then we wouldn't have such a space between the haves and the have-nots. So that doesn't work, right? So it's a problem. It really is a problem. The Fed needs to keep independence. The president needs to do his job, and the Fed needs to do theirs without his thumb on the scales. My humble opinion. Because it's going to affect our bags. It is affecting our bags. Now we've got this whole tariff talk with China. If China disrupts magnet sales, well, then we're going to increase the tariffs to 200%. When you look at negotiations, the missteps that this new regime has taken has been almost profound. Almost profound. All Lutnick had to do was shut up. And he didn't. He said something and it offended China, which set us back again. Just saying. All this hubris, all this bravado. No. Sit down, shut up, get the job done. You started it. Now you got to finish it. Now you got to finish it. And it had better be to the betterment of everybody in the United States and not just the chosen few. Because right now, that's kind of what we're seeing. It's kind of what we're seeing. The only people happy about what's going on are the people that have, not the rest of us. Interesting. Well, the rest of us that do our own research, know our entries and exits, and absolutely invest deliberately. We've got to pay attention to all these things. None of these things are small things. They're all really, really big. They're all ridiculously impactful. So all kinds of things to detract from looking at certain other things and all this and all. And listen, do your job. Your job is to make everything better for the United States and the people within the United States. All of us. Do your job. Right? Brave exposed a security flaw in Perplexity's AI comment browser. Big shock there. Remember, it was just what, last week, week before last, late in the week, that they offered to buy Google's Chrome. Did they know that there was a flaw? I mean, I'm just wondering, did they know that there was a flaw? And that's why they're looking for another browser. I mean, the truth be told, I don't understand what the big deal is with browsers. The traditional way of surfing the internet is going to change. Why is that? Agents. Small computer applications that are going to work on your behalf. Assistants, if you will. Digital assistants. Doing more than Siri and the other ones. Doing more than them. Visa has introduced is introducing, haven't done it yet, is introducing an AI-enabled Visa card where you'd be able to set parameters by which your agent can leverage your Visa card. Where it can spend the money, how much money it can spend, the time frame of the spend, all this. Where you can do searches, where it can do searches to figure out what you want to buy, when you want to buy it. That's going to change the world, right? Think about this. So you want to buy, concert tickets. I might not choose a venue that's owned and operated or otherwise associated with Ticketmaster. Here's something to think about. Maybe venues actually say, we don't actually need Ticketmaster. If an AI agent is doing it, it can pay us directly. All we have to do is promote who's going to be performing when and what seats are available. That's it. What does Ticketmaster do? Something between Jack and Squat, because now I can actually go fully blockchain and say, you know what, you're going to pay for this and I'm going to send you an NFT and that'll be your ticket. You want to throw a monkey wrench into, the illegal selling of tickets? That's how. That's literally how you can do it. So yeah, Perplexity having this problem with their browser is a big deal. And not to mention that whole browser thing is going to go away. Why do I need to go surf the internet when I can tell my agent to go do whatever? Research something for me, find me something, print this, print that, do this, do that, book a ticket, do this. So the ad game is going to change. Right? Because you're not going to see the ads. Your agent's not going to come back with ads. Your agent's going to come back with results, and by which you will judge those results. Do you want these tickets? I've held them for you. Yes? Okay. Boom. The tickets are in your wallet now. It sounds crazy, but some of this stuff can already happen. It's just more polish needs to be done to make it work better. Like agentic, AI is not quite here yet. It'll be a minute. People have to rethink how they do things. AI has to get better. The hallucinations are ridiculous. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that can happen. That doesn't mean that agents aren't coming. It means that agents are coming. They're just not here yet. The tech isn't there yet. It has to get better. And again, everybody's pointing to, well, you got to have these big data centers. And I'm like, you could run these things locally. Save a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of energy, and you wouldn't need the big data centers. Just saying. So there's a lot that, that statement says. We have a problem with our browser. How long is that going to be that people are going to use browsers? That's the immediate thought that came to my head. How do you advertise now? You ever seen Minority Report? And Tom Cruise was walking down, and all the ads were directed toward him. Only he could see those ads. Everybody was seeing specific ads. Yeah. That's just an idea, but you get the idea that advertising is going to have to change. Wow. It's going to be a different kind of world. Prep for it. Do your own research, know your entries and exits, and absolutely invest deliberately. Why? Because this can represent an opportunity. To me, it does. To me, it does. Just saying. What else we have going on? EU relies on 70% of U.S. tech giants for cloud services. This is all while Trump considers sanctions over the EU's Digital Services Act. Also, did you know that countries like France have stopped sending postal services, have stopped providing postal services to send us stuff here? Yeah. Yeah, that's a thing. There are a couple of countries that have done that. It's just like, yeah, nah. Yeah. The people up here aren't going to recognize that because they don't use postal services. Oh, excuse me. They don't use postal services. What do they use? FedEx. It's like a normal thing. FedEx. DHL has decided they're not going to ship here either. Or there was a delay or something like that. There's a problem. We're literally being pushed out from the global economy, from global participation. And we're not really being pushed out. We're pulling ourselves out. Huh. That makes a lot of sense. We greet the guy who's doing all kinds of things to Ukraine and breaking all kinds of laws. We greet him like he's a champion. Meanwhile, he's involved in BRICS. That is a political bloc that is against the United States. What is India doing? India is running around the world cutting tech deals. They're cutting tech deals. India is also modernizing its own internal operations with all of its post offices being digitized. Yeah. That whole thing about the United States being the best at whatever, better rethink that. Better go do your own research because I don't think so. We rank 23rd in education. 23rd. 23rd. Let that wash over you for a minute. It's not funny. It's going to affect our bags. If our kids can't keep up, it's going to affect our bags. Oh, we don't want to do anything else with, green energy. Are you mad because the word green is in front of the word energy? That's dumb. On the course that we're in right now, we're not going to have enough energy for jack by the end of 2026. All these mega data centers, we're not going to have room. And I still strongly urge people, run your own AI. Run it locally. Run your own at-home AI. It'll turn into your at-home agent. Agents are going to talk to agents. Sounds funny, but you know what? My agent's going to talk to your agent. We'll figure out if we're going to have a play date. Sounds crazy, but it's right there. All those dating apps, my agent's going to talk to your agent. We're going to see if we're compatible. She doesn't like guys with short hair. She likes guys that are bald with a beard. So seriously, agents are going to change things. Agents are going to change things. The SEC has delayed decisions on the Canary Spot Pengu ETF and the Grayscale Spot Cardano ETF. Shocker. They've also delayed decisions on Wisdom Tree's ETF. Excuse me. So there's a lot going on that we should be paying attention to. A hell of a lot. Why is that? Why are we waiting for ETFs to be approved? What's taking so long? What are you doing? This whole Project Crypto thing, what is it? When will it happen? I go back to what I was saying earlier this year. I still think these are delay tactics to try to usher in good news in October, right? You figure September is going to usher in a interest rate cut, and in October we'll get a couple of ETFs. Oh, really tired. Up since 3. Woke up, couldn't go back to sleep, started working. I bought Pengu just for the ETF debut. Seriously? Why? I'm serious. Like, when the ETFs happen, do the coins go up? Just look at the rest of them. Do the coins go up? Not really, because they're doing all of that. What? OTC. Over the counter. That's not happening directly. So you bought it that would be, you thought that would be good news and it would have a positive effect? No, the market might look at it as a positive effect and that would buoy things up. But that specific thing by itself, nah, I don't think so. But I do like pudgy penguins, and I do think that it's going to go up. So I think it's going to go up, but for different reasons. I think it just has a cool name. They got a cool penguin. That's how it's going to go up. Yes, you did buy the rumor. Oh my gosh. Yeah, but you did it deliberately. You did it deliberately, so I'm not mad about that. You did your research. That was you finding out about the ETF. It's been filed. I kind of like the coin. I like what the coin is doing. I know it's a meme. It's been going up and going down. You know what? I'm going to get in while it's down. Can't be mad at that. If you bought it months ago, you've got to be in the black right now. Maybe a little bit in the red because it's come down a bit, but the upside, I think there is upside to that. Kraken tokenizes over 50 U.S. stocks and ETFs on Solana through its X stocks program, but they're also meeting with the SEC's crypto task force to be like, hey, can we have some guardrails? At the same time, you have traditional exchanges going to the SEC and CFTC and be like, yo, what's going on? What are we doing here? They can't do that. Why can't they do that? Why are they crying about that? Oh, yeah, that's right. Because completely disrupt the exchanges. Completely disrupt the exchanges. And they don't like it. They don't like it. Right now, the UK is having issues. So Bitpanda was thinking about going public in the UK, but is now like, yeah, we're not going to do that because they've got liquidity issues. We might do it in Frankfurt or New York. Just saying, got to pay attention to these things. Gots to pay attention to these things. Crypto industry losses from hacks led up to is a totaling for the first half this year $2.47 billion. That includes the Bybit hack of $1.4 billion. Who did most of those hacks? Keep saying North Korea is at war against the world. They're in digital war against the world. Somebody's going to need to do something about that. You know, something that I found peculiar is just flipping through the news, and I came across an article that said CZ says that he consults 12 different currencies with regard to crypto. 12 different countries. And if I look back over the news, I can see that there are countries that are literally in public saying, yeah, he does that for us. I find it to be interesting because governments are starting to realize it's not going away. We had better figure it out. We had better figure it out fast because it's coming faster than we originally thought. It's kind of a big deal. Kind of a big deal. But you know what? You know what we should do? We should get into the numbers. While we're getting into the numbers, I came across something the other day, and it was that Asia is really building up to be a digital hub. I mean, big time. When I look at all the faux pas that are going on in the United States, I look elsewhere around the world and I'm like, wow, these countries are really moving fast. Like really moving fast. So, yep, Dow futures implied open 49 points down. S&P futures implied open 3 points down, so basically unchanged. NASDAQ futures down 1.5, basically unchanged. Oil down 1.13. US 10-year up 0.021. Interesting. Very interesting. I already told you about this whole Lisa Cook thing. Have cause, don't have cause. He fires her. He puts somebody in there that he prefers, and now he's got a 4-3. If they choose not to vote in the presidents, it remains at 4-3, and he basically has taken control over the Fed. That is a strong possibility, given all of his power moves. I think people need to stop and think about what's going on in D.C. It's not about policing. It's about having troops around him. Dead serious. So what comes in today? DD Global. That's funny. That's funny. Okta comes in. AT&T, Box, Foot Locker. Not really too much that I'm interested in. But what is it? Tomorrow's NVIDIA? Yeah, that'll be fun. That will be fun. Today, like I said, we have durable goods orders. We have some Fed speak, and we have consumer confidence. Pay attention, people. You want to pay attention to the Fed speak. You want to hear what they have to say. You seriously want to hear what they have to say, especially now. Especially now. Fear and greed index is at 48. It was 47 yesterday. DeFi Llama, we're at $152.297 billion in total value locked. Yesterday it was 155, so we did take a little bit of a dip. Looking at poor little Bitcoin. Look at that. We've crashed through, and we've crashed through below that 109,337. There's nothing good about that. I mean, unless you're paying attention, which I am, which could give us enough energy to go buy, right? Because I'm buying on the dip. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Am I putting in dry powder? Nope. Just maybe a tad more for the sprinkle. That's it. It's a tad more for the sprinkle. But DCA, dollar cost averaging, is your friend. These dips have been lovely. Seriously? You sound like you're from Downton Abbey right now. Totaling your tea. It's been absolutely lovely. Oh, let's see what else we got going on. I'm just joking. Don't get upset. Yeah, there's just tons of opportunity right here. There's just a ton going on that I'm looking at that I'm just like BNB, Sol, ETH. Sol, if you're interested in it, I'm not, but I know my people are. Yeah, you said punky out. It's pinky out. ADA, XLM, XRP, BCH, BTC, AVAX, Doge, Aave. I'm still into SHIB. Uniswap, you could do. Link, I'm heavy on. Notice how Link it's hit a point, and it's kind of like we're not moving anyplace else. This is where we are. Hype and freaking Chainlink are not taking any prisoners at the moment. They're not playing games. Not playing games. Looking at the big board, I'm still doing well. Still doing well. Right? BNB needs to pick up. Solana needs to pick up. But I think those are opportunities. Let me see. Do I have it open? I don't have it open. Let's see. Yeah. Log in. That's fine. Let's look at the losers. All right. Let's see. You come on down. And I'm going to wind up stopping right there. So who's on this list that I care about? OKB is down 5.6. Got a GMB X factor of 0.49. Yeah, I'm going to pay attention to that. Remember that whole wormhole, Stargate, DAO thing going on? What was wormhole going to do? They're down 5.88, and they've got a GMB X factor of 22.03. Seriously? You're not doing anything over there, man. You're not doing anything. Let's look at the winners. The winners stopped right there, dead. They stopped dead right there. And these are two things I don't even care about. So imagine everything else is just sideways. Everything else is just sideways, which says that it's down. It's down and moving sideways. So to me, again, buying opportunity. But I'm waiting. For my dry powder, I'm waiting. Yes, I'm DCAing, right? Dollar cost averaging with crypto. Sprinkle, sprinkle, right? Sprinkle, sprinkle. But I'm waiting. I'm waiting. There's more to come. I'm waiting. Anyway, everybody, this is Eddie J on crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. I hope you like what I'm doing. If you do me a favor, smash the likes. You want to know what the likes do? It helps the algorithm figure out that people really like this community. Really like this community. The only ones that are considering how to act when it's going up, how to act when it's going down. We bring you the news, plus my opinion on top of that news, and different shows. We're not telling you to buy things. We're telling you I'm telling you what I would do. And yes, we are talking to others about doing videos and releasing those on GMB TV as well. So we have a lot going on. Smash the likes, tell your friends about us. And as always, thank you for your time. Thank you for your patience. And as always, definitely, thank you for your trust. Everybody have a great day. I'll see you tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Crypto Overflow. Have a good one, everybody. Bye-bye.